CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Well, the Hospital Employees Union is ramping up job action, saying that its members are overworked and underpaid. And a rotating strike came to Victoria today. Union members protested outside Liberal MLA Ida Chong's office and set up a picket line at Community Living BC. More than 15,000 HEU members in the community social services sector are taking part in job action across the province. They say what they want is more money and better working conditions.
We serve a lot of people, the most vulnerable in our society, hundreds, thousands of people. We're the lowest paid public sector, and our minimum wage, our starting wage, is the lowest. It's actually lower than it was 10 years ago.
Yes, I think it's important that our MLAs, and Ida Chong in particular, should come and talk to the workers so that she can hear directly from them what it is that they think needs to happen in their labor negotiation. I think that that's just part of being an MLA, part of being a minister, that you listen to the people.
The union says over the past 8 years, the government has slashed more than $300 million from programs that support at-risk youth, new immigrants, and people with disabilities. The average starting wage for an HEU worker is about $15.50 an hour. And the union says that's less than it was 10 years ago, when the starting rate was $16.83 an hour. Helping young people was the goal of a major fundraiser held in Victoria today, and on a wet, grey afternoon like today's, this was a pretty good day for soup. And hundreds of people were getting theirs, getting a fill of the Laurel Point Inn this afternoon at the Super Bowls of Hope fundraiser. Supporters were topping up their handcrafted bowls with delicious soups prepared by master chefs, all raising money for the Youth Empowerment Society.
The idea is to raise some funds for youth who are at risk between the ages of 12 and 18 in order to help them to have good programs to set their lives on a better track. We have any number of auction items, and we're just having a very good time. And Cisco has helped us with the desserts and the buns, and it's been a real community event.
New venue this year at the Laurel Point, a nice room, even if it was grey outside. CTV's Bruce Williams and I had the good fortune to take part again this year, ladling out soup by the bowl full. The seafood chowder, of course, is a perennial favorite. Organizers hope that the silent auction and lunch will raise more than $60,000 by the time it's all done to help the non-profit organizations helping youth at risk. And this was the scene outside our studios today. Hundreds of bras strung along the streets on Broad Street outside our CTV and radio studios. Our partner, Cool FM, hosting its annual Bras on Broad event, raising money and awareness for breast cancer.
The conversation going, people who maybe aren't familiar with this campaign, walking downtown, seeing all these bras and the lace and the colors, and oh, what's that about? And then we invite them in. We've got the BC Cancer Foundation here with pamphlets and information, and just a great initiative to raise awareness and to put it out in front of us.
And it's like the ultimate statement of femininity, right? What's more feminine than bras? And we donate these to women in need when we're done. So we want to, make it bright and colorful and make it fun.
Still tallying up the donations, coffee and cookies were on hand today in the rain. The money goes to the BC Cancer Foundation. Well, from superstorms to supersized earthquakes and the Saturday night 7.7 quake off Haida Gwaii and the aftershocks that are still rumbling are reminding Vancouver Islanders again that we're in a disaster zone and we have to be ready when the next one hits closer to home. Emergency response companies all over BC say the quake shook up a lot of people and disaster kits are flying off the shelves. People are stocking up on food, medical supplies, and bottled water. The rule of thumb is that you need to be prepared for 3 days without any assistance. But if you have enough for 7, then you're doing even better.
I think we're running behind. I'm not going to say we're running short. We're definitely running behind. It's taking us a few days to fill orders and get to people. The larger corporate orders, obviously, they're at the front of the line, and it's the single kits for homeowners that are coming more at the tail end. That being said, we're doing our best to fill them, but it's a process now, and there's things going on back east in New York, and there's lots of things going on in the world right now. And what happens with plants that produce food and water is sometimes Red Cross wants to skirt the emergency supplies a certain way, so you definitely have to get in there while you're thinking of it.
The weekend quake has also prompted many people to add earthquake coverage to their household insurance policies. A 27-year-old Nanaimo man has been arrested after being caught with what appeared to be a handgun. Officers pulled him over on Albert Street with reports of an armed man in the area. RCMP took no chances surrounding the vehicle, and when the man stepped out, officers spotted a gun in the waistband of his pants. It turns out it was a replica gun. RCMP said the charges against him will be the real thing.